Goals. Do you keep them to yourself, or do you share them and make them public? That's the topic of today's Out of the Box episode. Today's Out of the Box episode actually comes from one of you. It was a question I received from one of you. So I thought I would take this time, this platform, to answer the question in my unconventional way. So here's the short answer. It depends. Now, what does it depend upon? How do you decide whether or not sharing your goal, either publicly or with one or two other people, makes sense for you? Well, there's a couple of different things that I encourage my clients to look at when making this decision for themselves. Mike and I talk about this as well in the Unbeatable You program. Not quite as in-depth, but we do talk about it. So there's a number of different ways that you can go and deal with this, and it really depends on what kind of person you are. Part of it depends on, are you intrinsically motivated? Are you motivated from within? Or are you extrinsically motivated? Motivated from what other people think of you as you are moving through this goal planning. So let's break those down. So if you are intrinsically motivated just by your own self, then sometimes it makes sense to just keep some sort of a tracker for yourself. Whether it's on your calendar, whether it's on your refrigerator, whether it's in your office, or on your cell phone, it just depends. Where are you going to see it? What makes the most sense for you to stay on top of this? One of the next options is to do a little bit of both. Both keep your internal tracker where you're writing down everything you've accomplished each day towards your goal, or whether you are following a X box where you X the box for every day you do what you say you're doing, whether you submit to a word count every day, whatever it is you're doing to track yourself. And I will say, tracking is imperative in goal achievement. You might decide that you have one or two people that you are sharing your progress with. That's just a personal thing. Somebody you know is really supporting you in your goal achievement. Now, then there's the very public. You can announce it to Facebook, you can throw it on Twitter, you can splash it all over your social media. And every time you go to the gym or every time you write your words, you splash it across social media or in some other public method. Now, whatever methodology you choose, or if you make up another one, it just depends on how you're motivated. I have a friend who wanted to run a really big race, and he kept saying he was going to do it, but until he announced it on social media, when he did, he was like, uh-oh, now I really got to do it, or I'm going to look horrible. So until he announced it on social media, he just wasn't positive. He had the opportunity in his mind to back out. So he wanted to give himself a way to burn the boats, if we can say, right? He wanted to give himself a way not to back up, or to make it more painful for him to back out than to go through with the goal that he had set for himself. Now, it doesn't work for everybody, and that's not something that I have a tendency to do with most of my goals. Some of my goals I do share publicly. Y'all know I am looking for, or if you don't know, now you'll know, I am looking toward building an island retreat center. And I hope you all come, but that is something I've made public. It's a very long-term goal for me, but in doing so, I've had all sorts of great things come to me. In sharing my goal, not for extrinsic motivation, but for the opportunity for serendipities to come to me, for the opportunities for me to build lists of possible attendees, possible retreat leaders, other people that might want to join in this project, other people that might want to help in some way. This is what sharing my big goal has done for me in that method. So it just depends on what you're looking for and what is the best way for you to obtain that. Now, regardless of what method you choose, this is the one thing with goal setting that I highly recommend, I highly encourage, and that is spending a few moments reviewing your goal every day. Yes, every day. I have part of my morning routine where I write down my goal every day. Yeah, maybe I use different words, but I get that feeling in front of me every day, and it helps keep me focused on finding those serendipities or moving in the direction of my dream. It's so important. So no matter what form of accountability you choose, no matter whether you plan to keep your goal to yourself or share it with the world, ultimately, as long as you keep focused on it every damn day, you will achieve your goal. So there's my unconventional thinking for the day, and this is what I encourage for you. And you don't have your goals written down? I'm certain that that's not really the case, but in the event it isn't, why don't you start looking at, for the last couple months of this year, reviewing and writing down your goals each and every day. And maybe just one you focus on each day, but writing down one of your goals every day. If you know somebody who might need a little bit of unconventional thinking for their extraordinary living in their life, please do forward this video, and I hope you're subscribed. If not, there's a little button around here that says subscribe. Go ahead and hit that. And if you are enjoying these, a little thumbs up, that tells the YouTube people that it's worth sharing with others. So that goes a long way for me, and I appreciate it. So until next week, go on and live that extraordinary life that you deserve. Ciao.